it is time to test our Cosmo wine that has been aging for 1 whole year. So let's get started.
First off is the appearance. And I'm sure I went on about this when we made it originally. I love this color. This is like the coolest color ever. It's this vibrant red, orange, golden.
Yeah.
It's almost like interference paint where it kind of changes colors depending on the way you look at it and the light catches it. And it's
She totally just jumped ahead because it's 12% and it's 1.028 final gravity. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You did your thing.
I'm excited about the color.
Now we're continuing on. It's all good. That's how I was thrown off. I'm like, okay. It is like this really awesome orange color.
Yeah.
I do see the very slight bit of, okay, I hate to say it, but it's not 100% perfectly clear.
Looking down.
It's very clear, but it's not perfectly clear. Now, I don't want anyone to think that we're sticklers for that because to me, that doesn't even make a difference in it. Yes, I can see through it, but it does have a slight haze. You can see it in the bottle, too. There's just the slightest hint of a haze. Is that going to make me take much off my score? I don't think it's going to even affect my score. Just saying. It's a very pretty wine. It looks really great. Now we're on to, how does it smell? We're looking for off smells, good smells, bad smells. Ooh, interesting.
It's mouth-watering.
It's not as overly sweet as you might think. It has a, wow.
But I'm getting the cherry, I'm getting orange.
I definitely get orange and citrus.
Ooh.
Fruity
it's funny,
is what it comes across
like,
as, with a little bit of a savory
it's got
element.
Cranberry in there too.
Okay.
But aroma-wise, you're just getting like a bouquet of fruit.
I'm getting fruity with like a savory element. Like a spice? Is there cinnamon or something in this? I don't even remember what's in this.
I don't think there's any spices in it.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, it smells really nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yum. I'm almost getting like a floral. I feel like I'm...
Yeah, kind of flowery, fruity. I get a little bit of a spice note.
It's nice.
Go over our scores later. We show you the score sheets, the whole thing. But for now, we're keeping it a secret so that you watch the whole video.
It's the king flavor.
Yeah, we do taste. On the taste, it's got a really nice tang to it. Mouth-filling, like very viscous. Great fruity flavors. Great citrusy flavors. Wow, it tastes better than it smells, in my opinion.
I think when this is chilled, some of the notes that I'm enjoying right now get turned down because I've been drinking this, let's be honest.
Not this bottle.
Not this bottle, but the bottles that weren't reserved in the 1 year tasting selection have been consumed by me. And so I drink a little bit of it, but I normally drink it on ice because we're in Florida, it's hot.
Yep.
Or then I put it in the refrigerator and drink it later and it's pre-chilled. And I've always felt like chilled, it was missing something and I needed to add like more Cointreau or more bitters or something just to give it a little pop. But
that's what I'm getting is the bitters.
At room temperature,
that's great.
It's all there.
This is punchy. It's got a lot of flavor. Really, really good amount of flavor to it. And it's 12% ABV, so this is no slouch. It is 1.028 final gravity, so it's sweet. Some people might consider this to be a dessert wine, and it could be. I think the tartness, though, keeps it from being overly sweet tasting. Like, there's sweetness there, but it doesn't taste super sickly sweet, you know? It's actually, wow, that's really good.
The flavor profile, though, kind of makes you mentally want it to be cold.
Yeah.
But I know in comparing what I remember of drinking it chilled, that I always felt like I had to add to it.
I never had it chilled.
Here, I'm like, I don't need to add anything to this.
I'm liking what this is doing. It's, you know how like Jolly Ranchers, this is what I'm thinking. Jolly Ranchers have this really strong flavor and they're like mouth-filling and they have a tang. This reminds me of that aspect. Not that it tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
No, it doesn't taste like it.
But it has some aspects to it that are like that. Very, it's really mouth-filling is a great way to describe it. Just very
There's
rich.
a lot going on in there. And
oh, yeah.
And what I said about the bouquet of fruit, I'm getting that sensation in the mouth. You're getting citrus, you're getting cranberry, you're getting cherry, you're getting.
I get less cherry, but I do get the citrus. I do get the orange is there. Cranberry, definitely. It's like to me, it's kind of a orange cranberry mix, but there is a deep fruit there. And you're saying cherry could be that I'm getting. I mean, it's like a darker fruit that I'm tasting, but anyway. On to flavor. Gave it my score.
Man.
You know what? I'm gonna pour a little bit more because we got to talk about this a little bit more. The intent on this was to make a Cosmopolitan cocktail in a wine.
Yeah.
Now, I am not a huge Cosmopolitan drinker. I've had a couple in my life, probably. You are more the Cosmo drinker.
But I would rarely think to get Cosmos.
Right.
Which is silly because
We've made them.
It's totally my kind of beverage. So
Yeah,
I don't
we've
know
made
why
them, though.
And in our vast, expansive budget in our kitchen studio, it'd be awesome if we could have one of our many bartender friends come by when we do these and like, oh, you want a Cosmo? Here's a Cosmo. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Because we actually do.
True.
We actually do know quite a few bartenders. So.
Yeah, more than we should. Probably.
And it's not
from going to bars. We just happen to know them.
They were just our friends that happen to be bartenders.
Well, also when we were wedding photographers, we met a lot that way.
Yeah.
I would have to say on intent, though, this falls in the high category of where it should be. Darn close.
Yeah.
Do you have all your scores done? You got to finish your scores, babe.
All right.
Okay, so now is the point where we tabulate all the numbers, do some crazy calculations, and come up with a 1 out of 10 score for you. Notice we didn't talk about repeatability because this is a 1-year tasting.
Yeah.
Repeatability would have been done a year ago.
Yep.
So let me get to work. Okay, so our scoring is done, but let me just explain a little bit. What we do is we apply 5 points maximum for appearance, 5 points for aroma, and then we do 10 points for flavor and 10 points for intent. And then all those numbers get added up, divided by 3, and we get a number between 1 and 10. So that gives a little bit of more weight to intent and flavor. Before I show you the scorecards, let's announce our scores. Are you ready?
I am ready.
1, 2, 3, 9. I gave it a solid 9. She went to 10. I think that's the first 10 you've given on
With
the
new
new
score.
system.
Yeah.
This new system is a little bit harder to give a perfect score. It's easier, but harder at the same time because I just couldn't go all the way for aroma on this one. And I'm showing you the scorecards now. I couldn't go all the way for aroma. I didn't think it was quite the same. And flavor, I like it a lot, but I just don't feel like it's really my kind of thing, so I went with a 9. And even intent, it's close to a cocktail, but it's not exactly there, so I went with a 9. So everything was close, except appearance. I did actually go maxed on appearance because I thought it actually looks great, even with that tiny bit of haze.
I maxed out every single thing because all the boxes were checked. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, it got a 9 and a 10. This is superb, is what this is. And our scores, I was concerned that our scores were all getting sort of high, and that's part of why we changed our scoring system. But we also were told by one of our viewers, they said, your scores are going higher because you guys are now perfecting your brews, too.
Yeah.
Like, everything is being tested and tried to be as good as it can be before it gets in the bottle. So that alone is going to improve the scores just by a couple points. I mean, you're not going to see very many 2s and 3s anymore unless we absolutely know it's just horrible stuff. It's just not likely to happen as easily as it did in the past.
So Cosmopolitan wine.
Absolutely.
Make some.
Yeah.
Drink it. Enjoy it. Share with your friends if you've
Yes.
got friends worthy enough sharing this with.
And if you don't, drink it all yourself, and that's all good too. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.